Good morning, dear children. I am keeping fine. I hope the same case with you also. Now, today, once more, I have come for this English class. Now, yesterday we saw that how Pip meets a convict in lesson 2. All of his the background and how he was remembering his childhood days and how he was journeying towards his parents' tombstone and how does he met convict was called prisoner, a criminal. Today we are here, the continuation of the lesson. Before that, yesterday's lesson I will just go through and read it for you. All of you keep the finger as I read and pronounce the difficult words. Okay? I have already underlined those words. I hope you have done my homework. Now listen to it. Lesson 2. Pip meets a convict. My father's family name is Pirip and my first name Philip. But as a child, I could not say either. So I called myself Pip. And then so did everyone else. I say that my name is Pirip because that's what is written on my father's tombstone. And it is that my sister told me. My sister is married to the blacksmith. We lived in a marshy area down by the river, a few miles from the sea. One day I stood in the churchyard and looked over my parents' tombstone at the dark flat wilderness beyond the churchyard. The marshes were crisscrossed with ditches and mounds. In the distance, I could see the grey line of the river and then far away the sea. It was a cold day. The grey land and the grey sky made me feel sad. I suddenly realized that I was an orphan and I began to cry. Hold your noise, cried a terrible voice. It came from a man who had just stepped out from behind a gravestone. Keep still, or I will cut your throat. This man was frightening. He was dressed in rough grey clothes and he had a big iron chain on his leg. He was an escaped convict. His shoes were broken and he had an old rag tied round his head. He was dirty from being soaked in the muddy water from the ditches. He was covered in scratches from nettles and stones. He limped and shivered and glared and growled. His teeth chattered in his head as he seized me by the chain. So, this is what I explained to you yesterday. Now, today we will proceed on the second page, that is page 24. Okay, come now. Oh, there is an exclamatory mark is there. Oh means surprising. Oh, that is surprising, isn't it? Now, don't cut my throat, sir, I pleaded in terror. So, boy said, you are shouting and telling. To the man he said, you are going to cut my throat. Don't do, sir, this. Means pleaded means begged. Pleaded means begging. Sometimes you also in the class do some mischiefs and you plead to the teacher, ma'am, please don't punish me. Next time I won't do. So that way teacher excuses you. Now here the different story that happened. Tell me your name, said the man quick. Tell me your name, said the man quick. Quick, tell your name. What is your name? I want. No, there is no time to explain or listen to anything. He wants everything in a very speedy. Speedily to tell him. Okay. Pip, sir, he said. Once more, said the man, staring at me louder. Staring means looking at like this. Same, I mean looking at a same person and there only. Like they, if I could have been there, I could have showed you the actions. But just looking at one person on his big eyes and staring, looking that person only. Pip, pip, sir. Pip, pip, sir, he said. While saying he was shivering, because you can say that twice it is mentioned, pip, pip, that means you shivering and telling the name. Show me where you live. And the man said, point out the place that where you are living. Then he said, I will show you. He was shivering and telling him. I pointed to where a village lay a mile from the church. A mile from the church where he was living. So, the man looked at me closely. Closely means like this, coming to you very closely and looking at your face. That is called closely. Okay. Now, then he turned me upside down and emptied my pockets. Now, he had a pockets. He turned him upside down, means not putting him down and up. So, just he made it, that said, he said, turned him and put the hand in his pocket and he removed whatever things that he had in his pocket. There was nothing in them but a piece of bread. Nothing in the pockets. Some snacks he maybe had kept. Poor boy, what he will have? He has nobody. So, only bread he maybe had. The upside down view of the church right itself, when he placed me on a high tombstone, you just removed. You can see the picture over here. Can you see? I think you watch this picture. I put in the slides also. In the PPT you can watch. So upside down, he put him on the high, at the tomb, on the stone he kept him then. I sat trembling, why I ate the bread ravenously. Now high tombstone, I sat trembling. Trembling means shivering, like that. No, he did not show to him, but he was shivering, trembling. With the fright, he was so much frightened because he is a small boy after all. No? You could have also done the same thing. Now, ravenously means here, meaning is eating fast due to greed or hunger. First. Sometimes you have seen the people, no? When they are hungry, something they want to eat, they will eat fast, and they will finish because they are feeling hungry, isn't it? That is the meaning that. Now, look here, said the man. Where are your parents? Now he is asking, you see. Where are your parents? There, sir, I said. There, sir. Okay, there. The man jumped and made a shot. At once he jumped like this and made as he was running away from there. But he went a little while. Then now what happened, you see. But then he stopped and looked over his shoulder. Now he stopped and just he turned back and looked over his shoulder. There, sir, I timidly said, pointing to the tombstone. Now timidly means very frightfully, very fearfully, timid, frightened. In the class and also sometimes when I ask the copywriting and all, you want to say the lies. So what you do? You are so much fearful. Why? Because you did not write the copywriting. This is to say one kind of lies. But he was frightened of the convict that he may do for him with that, because he has nobody to shout also. Nobody will come to, around that place nobody is there. That is a lonely place. Wilderness it is. That's why. Oh, said the man. So, who do you live with? Okay, you are saying parents are in the tomb. So, with whom you are living? If I let you live, which I haven't made up my mind about. So, if I leave you to live with somebody, so what option you will take? With whom you will do? Then he is telling, my sister, sir. He has a sister. You know, he has a sister and she has married a blacksmith. Yeah. So, wife of Joe Gregory, the blacksmith, sir. Yes, wife of Joe. So, with the blacksmith, she is married a blacksmith. Blacksmith, oh, he says, said. And he looked down at his leg and looked down at his leg. Don't know what is the mischievous he is going to play, because he is looking at his leg. He may be thinking that what is that called, something to ask the favor from him. After looking at his leg and me several times, he looked at his leg and me several times. He took me by both arms. Both arms means both your hands, arms, no? Take like this, and tilted me back as far as he could hold me. Then he started into my eyes. Tilted nicely. He was holding him. He may be pocketing him nicely. So some favor has to be done. After hearing that, his parents also are nobody there. So maybe asking some favor. Now look here. He said, I need to decide. I will let you live. I will leave you from here, no problem. But do you know what a file is? He is asking. Do you know what is a file is? Now what is a file here? A rough edged tool used for something, used for smoothing or shaping metal. Smoothing metal. Understood? A rough edged tool used for smoothing the what is that called, metal. Smooth, very smooth to become, no? A rough metal. It's called a file means a rough edged tool used for smoothing or sharpening the metal. Okay? That's what. So, like that. Yes, sir. He is telling, okay. Do you know what a file is? File means he is asking, do you know what is a file is? And you know what grub is? Yes, sir. That also is a saying. Yeah. Do you know what is a grub? That also is a asking. Grub is a slang word of food. Grub is a slang word for food. One kind of food. That word is used to say that is slung. Okay. After each question, he tilted me over a little more. Putting some, what is that called? We say no, putting some season. Season means auger, and you say no. This made me feel helpless. I was in danger. Now he thinks this fellow is asking so many questions. Oh, now my life is in danger. So like that, Pip thinks. Okay, come now. Next paragraph. You get me a file. Now he is telling, you get me that. You see. His intention. He tilted me again. Again he said, you have to, what is that called? Do this favor. Then only I will allow you to live. Go. Now, this made me feel helpless. I was in danger. You get me a file. He tilted me again, and you get me grub. Grub means I told you just now. So, meaning you can see once more if it is written there at the back of the lesson, a slang word for food I said, isn't it? Then, or I will have your heart and liver out. He tilted me again. Okay. Now, if you don't do this favor, you know what is going to happen. First he said, threatened him that I will cut your throat. Big noise he made, I will cut your throat. Now he is again threatening him, saying him that, what is that? If you don't do this favor for me, you see that your liver will be out and heart also will be out. So you are not able to live in this world. Already doesn't have his parents. So this much enough for today. Nicely you read the lesson. Tomorrow remain part of it. I will complete it. So I am making paragraph by paragraph explaining to you so that you may understand better. After what's explaining, you have to read the lesson. You have to read the lesson. Okay. Now listen to me carefully. Today you have to write 5 lines of copywriting daily and send to my personal number. If you send in groups and confusion takes place because so many teachers are giving you the homework, then notes. So you send to my, already you are in my group, that is my personal number. So you send to my personal number, okay? All have this number. I think so. If they don't have, let me know who don't have. Don't keep silence because I can't get you in the class. That's why I am asking you. Any mistakes, anything, if you have, you can ask me. But small silly things you don't call. You just understand. Now suppose I say read the lesson. Now only one lesson is over. This is the means one poem and one lesson, and this is the second lesson. So that's why. Then when you send, your writing should be neat. I want as I want, as I taught. I think you are in class 4. I did not teach you. Okay, that's okay. But as I instructed you, that way you write. Okay. Once I will write and show you and put in the video how you have to write. Okay. Now, after that, another homework for you is read this lesson, full lesson. Nicely read. Then one day you have to also explaining to me the story in the Zoom class. I will take you this week one day the Zoom class to listen to your story that you have prepared of this lesson. Okay. Then word meanings are there that you go through. Just go through. Once I will read out to them. When this lesson finishes nicely, I will read out the full word meanings with the pronunciation so that you may be able to read. for today. This is the homework, and children, don't waste time. Work hard, do well. This is the correct time for you, sufficient time you have. All the time, don't watch mobile and TV and waste the time. Read some English books. Read any simple books. Moral science you have, English books you have, social studies, whatever. Just you read, just read. Your English will improve. Talk to others in English. If your parents know, you talk to them. It is good that you have a room for improvement in your house itself. Not in the school now at this time, not possible, but at least in the house you have a background. If your family speaks English, okay, you speak to them. No, nothing happens because your native language, I mean your Kannada, but don't worry, Kannada or any language, whatever, but it is for the improvement sake I am telling you, okay. So children, once more say bye to you all and have a nice day. God bless you. Keep well. Remember us, all the teachers, in your prayers, so that you may be able to see very soon if the school opens. Okay then, bye.